What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is EVE Online, and I am on my character, Shiny Marbles, and we are going to be going through the process, or at least showing you what I do to sell loot that I've gotten from running missions and doing exploration and that sort of thing. So I've already sort of tried to sell like half of the stuff that I had, and as you can see here, I've still got a bunch of guns, and if I click off of this, about 112 million ISK worth of loot to get through. So how do you do this? I've just used an industrial ship. I filled it with cargo extensions or expanded cargo hold 2s, and that can get, if you pick the right one, usually that can get your industrial ship up to something above 20,000 cubic meters of space, which was more than enough to carry I think I had like 13,000 to bring up here. You can see in my inventory right now in the item hangar, I've got 6,500 cubic meters, but that's all regardless of, it's meaningless. So once you've got it to one of the trade hubs, which is where I usually go, where I was running missions, or at very least where I had this industrial character, was only 2 or 3 jumps outside of Jita. So I came into Jita, I used my Insta-dock and trade bookmarks to get myself in here as safely as possible. And now I've got this collection of crap that I need to sell. So how do I go about doing that? Again, I am not an expert at this. This is how I do it. I haven't looked up other videos to see how other people do it, and I'm sure there's a better way. So if you have suggestions, by all means, let me know. But usually what I do is I know, let's see, if I open up my wallet, I'm looking at the orders tab here. I can see that I've got 21 out of 25 or 21 out of 45 max open orders available to me. Right, and here's a list of all the things that I've posted for sale thus far and their quantities. So first off, we can bring that over there. First off is I'll just, if there isn't any like 1 or 2 big ticket items that I'm like looking to sell because I want to see and make the most money right off the bat, then I'll just sort of shift click 1 or 2 rows, maybe 3 or 4, depending on how much estimated value is there. So right now I've got 24 open orders to deal with. I know it's not a limitation right now, so I don't need to worry too much about it. And so let's just sell items. So what it does is it pulls up a list showing you, just because this stands out, let's pick this Tech 2 gun here once it stops scrolling. All right, well, we'll just pick it off the top. So this top one, we'll view the market details. And so if you can see here, there's 20,003.37. This is 20,000 ISK effectively. That's the highest buy order in the station for that item. Okay? And in general, you don't want to just automatically accept what you're offered. Now this tells you, compared to the regional average, what the price is that you're being offered. And so I can look at this and I can say this is about on region average, that's about average, I'm getting more than the region average, I'm getting less here, just marginally less, substantially less, less, and a little bit more, right? And I might look at that and think anything that's at or within like 5% of 0, which is how I used to do it, is acceptable. But as you can see here, I've got these 250 millimeter light carbine howitzer 1s, and if I'm going to sell them outright, they sell for at least 50K, right? And the larger quantities are down somewhere down around here at 60, 70K, right? So if I was going to sell this by itself, selling it for 20 so that somebody can turn around and sell it for 50, you got to ask yourself if it's worth the 30K to you for the hassle of reposting it and then letting it sit and trying to like nickel and dime people here at the top. For me, often it's not, and if I just want the money, I compare this number, this 4.8 million estimated, with what I'm getting. So I'm giving up like 20% of the overall value of what I've got here just to get money out of it right away. Usually, since I'm here to make money, I'm going to be a stickler, and I go one by one, right? So usually or often I will skip the ones that are in the green, but I don't know. So 30K times 2, that gives me a total of 60,000 ISK if I manage to sell it for 50. Is that worth the trouble to me? Let's just say it is. So, all right. So I look over here, I see what the lowest bid is, and then I usually take 500 to 1,000 off on these lower priced items, and then I just repost mine. So I come up here, I say, let's say 49,499.99, right? And so now I'll make 100K out of that. And we just go down the line and do this, right? So these are selling for 705. People are buying them for 597. That's 100,000 ISK right away. So I probably will repost this for 704,999.99. And I'm pulling that number right off this top line here, right? And I just step myself down and do this one by one. So 80K difference or 90, 189,499.99, and so on and so forth. So I'll do one more, and then I'll show you something else that's worth paying attention to. So 150 millimeter light prototype auto type cannon, automatic cannon. So this is an interesting one. So usually with guns and a lot of these components, people aren't buying just one of them. They're buying 6 or 7 or 8 even, sometimes 2 or 4, but they're buying multiples, right? So if you just see one unit that's priced substantially lower or just lower than the next item in line, you can maybe, let's see, light prototype, that's this one. You can maybe post yours, like I could post mine for 94,999.99, and it'll be less than this, but once somebody goes to buy one gun, they're not just gonna buy one, they're gonna buy at least 2, right? So they're gonna come in here, they're gonna buy this, they're gonna be like, I need 2. Okay, I can get one for 80 and then one for, and this is where yours comes up. And so you want to make sure that your guns or your goods are the cheapest in the market if you want it to be bought, right? It's a Sunday right now. These things have been on the market for, people have flooded the market over the last couple days because they have more time to play on the weekend. And so this is something that you need to worry about. So I've got 4 things. I've got it set to a week. These will only be up for a week. It doesn't cost me more to post it for 3 months. You can see these fees and things don't change. So I usually post it for about a week. If it's going to sell, it'll probably sell within the first 24 hours. Otherwise, people like me come along and undersell you. So, all right, so I'm going to post these. Now, all right, I paid the amount of money that I need to pay in order to post my sale, and there it is in blue. You can see it right on the list there. Now, when I look at the orders that I have existing, you can come in here and you can update it, right? So let's see. Let's look at this 200 millimeter light scout autocannon, right? We look at the market details. Okay, I'm still the cheapest one on the market. That's good. Let's check this one. Now look at how many are cheaper than me, right? So the people who posted these, first off, didn't realize that these are 7 jumps away, and so they aren't really competition. Nobody's going to fly to Jeddah, check prices, and then jump 7 jumps out to buy one item of a 6-item set that they need for 50K less. Nobody's going to do that, right? They're going to buy it all at the market where they went to. So these are all priced based off of this location, which, okay, but now my gun is right down here. No one's going to buy it. And there's 280 posted for 3 months at this price. They're never going to burn through that. Now, if you look at this, you can see price history and volume. Okay, so 122 orders, and there were 2,800. Let's see. I'm not even sure I know how to read these. Show the table. Here there were this many orders for this quantity at these prices. So anyway, there's a lot of information here. And if you click over, you can get an idea of how many of that item sell over a given period of time, right? And what prices they sell for. So you can see they're pretty stable, and then there's a little bit of volatility here. But what your takeaway from this should be is, when I look at this and there are 280 here, are there really going to be 290 sold out of Jeddah in the next 5 days, right? If not, then maybe what I should do is modify my order and I change it to undercut this person, 424, 499.99, right? So I only pay 100 ISK to change it, but suddenly now I'm the cheapest one. So if you're really into playing the market, this is something that you're going to be doing with a lot of your time. You're going to be bringing things to sell, or you're going to be buying things like people are doing down here. They're going to set a price. They're going to, set a buy order, and then as people come in, a lot of people will just knee-jerk and sell for whatever they can get, right? And you'll be able to take that, turn it around, and sell it for more. But you're going to have to constantly be managing your orders and checking what the market has done versus what your sale price is, right? See, look at this, 420. Now it's all the way down to 360 or thereabouts. So if I come in here, I've got a 357, 999.99. And now I'm back on top, right? So one by one, you really have to sort of manage your sales and make sure that you're still relevant. These are all 3-month long sales, and I guarantee that many of these folks will also come in and modify. So there are the most buyers on the weekend, but there are also the most sellers, and so a lot of the activity that you're going to see in the price gouging and all of that is going to be maybe at the time when you're on, because when you're on is when a lot of other people are able to be on, and that's just something that you're going to have to be aware of and manage on your own. So all right, so that's basic market play. And some of these things like this basic kinetic deflection amplifier, if I show this to you, I've been trying to sell this thing for a long time. I really undercut the market because I'm just trying to get rid of it. If I hover next to it, if I could find it, where is it? Nope, it's already listed, so it's out in the market somewhere. But anyway, if I hover over one of these things, it tells me that the average market price is 15.6 million. But every time I've tried to sell it, it has not sold. So the volume of sales, instead of 2,800 or 800, you can see that there is every other day or every third or fourth day, one or two of these things is sold or put up for market, right? And you can see that they've gone from anywhere from 5 million to 24 million, and that is just, there isn't much volume. And so you got to really just have yours be up there at the time when somebody comes looking, and then you get your sale. So anyway, so that's the market and that's selling. And if you know of a better way to do this, by all means, please tell me, and I will adopt your method perhaps. Otherwise, this is kind of what playing the market looks like, and it's also similar perhaps to what playing the market in real life looks like. So there you go. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.